I'm Azeus, and this is the first episode of a new trade-up series that I'm going to be doing. I'll be covering new and old trade-ups since a lot of prices have been shifting, so I thought it'd be useful to have updated guides. Also, I'm giving away a factory new USPS Neo Noir. Check the link in the description below if you want to enter. Otherwise though, I'll get back to the trade-ups. Now, the new trade ban that Valve has brought in has made properly sourcing this stuff a bit more difficult, so I'm going to try and do a range of price points in each particular video, just because it'll allow me to put these out a bit more quickly. There should be something in this video that's at the right price point for everybody. I do want to make it clear before I start though, all the purchase prices here are buy order purchase prices. If you want to make a good profit, you need to use buy orders. Also, all the profit margins I show include Steam tax, so you'll be seeing the raw profit you make after you sell the skin. So our first trade up is actually the very first trade up I think I ever did for a spare change trade ups video. It's still completely viable though, just at a slightly different price point, so I thought I'd show how to do it because it's a good trade up to try if you don't have much money to work with. We're trying to get StatTrak restricted Spectrum 2 skins, and there is 3 different inputs: StatTrak minimal wear hunters and jungle slipstreams, and StatTrak factory new jungle slipstreams. I'm using a ratio of 2 factory new to 8 minimal wear. This is the ideal ratio that I'd recommend going for. The average float needs to be below 0.097. This does mean that it's technically possible to do this trade up just using a minimal wear skins, but I find that it's generally easier with a couple of factory new skins to lower the float. You can do a lot more of them a lot more quickly, and that should mean more money. In terms of the actual cost though, it's about 30 cents each with a buy order for each of the minimal wear skins, and about 50 cents each with a buy order for each of the factory new skins, and all up you'll be paying about $3.40. In terms of what you can get, the main skin that you're aiming for is the Tacticat. You'll make about $4 if you get one of those. You'll also make about $1 from the exposure, and you'll more or less tread water with the other 3 skins. Maybe losing a little bit of money, but it won't be a big deal. It's just a matter of selling off that skin and trying again. Our second trade up is a combination Spectrum 1, Spectrum 2 trade up, going for classified skins. You can use any of the factory new restricted Spectrum skins other than the scaffold, provided you can get them for around 82 cents with a buy order. Generally, the Emerald Poison Dart will be the cheapest, that's why I'm using it here. You'll also need minimal wear restricted Spectrum 2 skins. You can use the Phantom, the Ziggy and the Goo, but you'll need to make sure you get them for about 42 cents with a buy order. You'll want 4 factory new skins and 6 minimal wear skins altogether, and the total cost will come to $5.80. The primary downside of this trade up is that you need quite a low average float, below 0.059. On the upside however, it's very difficult to lose money with it. Of the 6 things you can get, you've got a 60% chance of getting a Spectrum 2 skin, the High Roller, the Llama, or the Leaded Glass. They'll all be about $1 profit each. There's also a 40% chance of getting a Spectrum skin. If you get one of these, you'll make $3 on the Fever Dream and the Decimator, and lose about $1 on the Xianglu. However, if you do get a Xianglu, it will have an extremely low float, so it's got other uses in trade-ups. You may be able to get some overpay for it, stuff like that. There is only a 13% chance of getting one anyway, so your odds are pretty good to make money with this trade-up. It's a low-risk trade-up. Our third trade-up is a pure Spectrum case trade-up. We're going for factory new classified skins. It can be done with purely minimal wear skins, but I prefer using a combination of 8 minimal wear and 2 factory new to make them easier to do. You can use any restricted skin from the Spectrum collection except for the scaffold, provided you're getting them at a low enough price. I'm just using Last Dives here because that's what I had in my inventory. You want to be paying 82 cents each for the factory new skins and 62 cents each for the minimal wear skins. All up, it'll cost you about $6.60, and you need the average float to be below 0.082. In terms of what you can get, you'll be making about $2.50 on the Decimator, about $3 on the Fever Dream, and losing about $1 on the Xianglu. So pretty good profits all around. If you spam them, you can make a good amount of money fairly easily. The next trade up is a little bit more expensive and complicated. It's a Chroma 3 Spectrum 2 combination, and you'll need 3 StatTrak minimal wear Ziggies at $1.60 each for a buy order, and 7 field-tested StatTrak re-entries at 90 cents each for a buy order. The total cost will be about $11, and you'll need the float to be below 0.15. This obviously means that you'll need to get the re-entries float quite low, but that's not too hard to do. They often come quite close to the 0.15 mark. Now, this trade up is quite complicated in terms of what you can get. Basically, you'll break even on the Chroma 3 outcomes. The Primal Saber and the Fleet Flock cancel each other out, and the Asimov is a break-even skin. And the profit essentially comes from the Spectrum 2 skins, especially the leaded glass. So overall, it's not the most profitable trade up, but it still is a viable way of making money, although I wouldn't recommend trying it unless you've got quite a bit of cash to spare. For our 5th trade up, we've got a classic Spectrum case trade up, still perfectly profitable, but at a different price point. Once again, I'm going for a combination of 8 to 2. In this case, 8 field tested skins and 2 minimal wear skins. For the field tested skins, you can use any StatTrak restricted skin in the Spectrum collection, but make sure you're buying them at $1.40 or less using a buy order. In this case, I'm using Crimson Tsunamis and Last Dives. You'll also need 2 StatTrak restricted minimal wear skins. Once again, you can use anything in the collection, but make sure the buy order price is at $2 or less. All up, you'll be paying around $15.20, and you need to get the average float below 0.176. Also, this can be done without the minimal wear skins, and it will increase your profit margin if you do, but in my experience, it's miles easier to get the right skins at the right floats if you add in a couple of minimal wear skins. As for the outcomes, you'll make about $2.80 on the Decimator, you'll lose about $2 on the Xianglu, and make about $7 on the Fever Dream. So if you're willing to spam it, it's still a perfectly good money maker even after all this time. Now, I did do one of these, and I got this, but I forgot to record the footage, so as penance, I'm going to do one more trade up. So our final trade up is a trade up for covert skins. You've probably seen me doing a lot of these recently, and this is sort of the combination Meat Lovers version of that particular trade up. It's a factory new trade up, so we're after an average float of less than 0.07. The factory new skins we'll be using to get that are 3 factory new Nemesises from the Falchion collection, coming in at around $4.45 each for a buy order. You'll also be using 7 minimal wear skins, either the P2000 Cortacera from the Esports 2014 case, or the Tech 9 Fuel Injector from the Gamma 2 collection. You can use any combination of the two that you want, as both cost about $1.75 for a buy order, and their outputs are worth about the same as well. I'm using 4 Tech 9s and 3 Cortaceras, but it really doesn't matter. All up, you'll be paying a little bit more than $25 for this trade up. As for what you can get, the minimal wear skins will either lose you $10 on the Roll Cage or the Bullet Rain, or make you $11 on the Neon Revolution and the Jaguar. And there's one of each of these skins from each collection, so you can see how it doesn't really matter which one you use. On the 30% chance that you get a Falchion skin, you'll get a guaranteed profit. Only about $2 with the Aquamarine Revenge, but $17 with the Ore Piper Beast. So it's fairly risky, but still a decent way of making a profit. Just don't try it unless you can afford to lose a bit. Anyway, that's pretty much it for this video. Hopefully I'll have some more guides like this out soon, because I know there's people that want them, and it's probably a good time to start making some. It is still possible to make money from trade ups. The update has not killed that. It might not be easy money, but I don't think trade ups have ever been easy money. It's always been profit through blood and dirt and bone, in my experience. Okay, maybe that's exaggerating a little bit, but still, it's never been easy. And if you found this guide useful, please like, comment, subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. Otherwise, trust the numbers, not your gut. I'm Jesus. Thanks for watching. See ya.